Hello everyone, Ian Bailey back at it again, and this week we are talking about the magic that I keep on my keyring. Let's do it. I love everyday carry magic, and this is one of the focuses of this channel, and today we're going to be looking at magic that I carry on my keyring. So I normally keep my keys, my car key and my house key separately, or together I suppose, as you will see here. Put a little bit of post-it note over here just to, apparently it's a thing, people can look at it and make a key. This is what I carry with me for everyday purposes. However, I like to carry then a separate little key ring with a few tricks on it. Now, I did mention last week at the session convention that I brought myself a little mentalism peak device, and this is what we're going to be looking at in slightly more detail today. So this is called Room 66. It's designed by a whole team of people with Magic Dream in Paris. And what this is a peak device. So what you do is you pass the spectator a kind of just a standard key tag. They're going to draw something. They're going to write a word. They're going to write whatever they want on this key tag. Let me just write a word, a very subtle word here. There we go. Look at that. Hey, nice. They write that word on there. And you say to them, right, okay, you show your friend, all right, make sure it is definitely, they can see it, yes, good, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rub this off. I'm going to rub off the ink here. Probably going to get it all over my hands. And so now it's definitely off, hopefully, yes. And then you hand it out to them. And as I've just handed it out to them to hold on to, I've just done the peak, believe it or not. It's a really, really cool routine. It's a very cool gimmick, this, and it's very, very easy to do. Now, the one thing that is slightly annoying is that you need to have a washable Crayola marker with you. If you use the standard whiteboard marker, it would rub off too easily, right? You want it to kind of be slightly tactile before you have to really erase it. So that's one thing that's slightly annoying. You have to carry a separate pen for this routine. Obviously, you can't use a Sharpie marker. That would be permanent and you wouldn't be able to rub off at all. But it's very sleek and uses up hardly any pocket space. Now, I like this. Now, I carry a peak device. I carry the Jameson wallet by a man called Ian Bailey, and available at ianbaileymagic.com. It's a great wallet. It can be used as a Carter wallet and also a peak. However, I feel like having the freedom of choice and having it on a keyring keeps everything self-contained, and it's just another variety of peak devices out there. It's really good. I really like it. It's very clean. It's nice, and it almost forces people just to write a number or something simple or just one word, you know, as opposed to kind of going into big detail with lots of words or a longer routine. It forces you to keep it short and sharp, and I appreciate that about this trick. I'm definitely a big fan of it, and I think you need to check it out. It's called Room 66 if you want a mentalism keychain device. Not that there are many out there, to be honest. Now let's look at this second item, and this second item is actually a release of mine. I want to show you something first before we actually get onto the trick proper, as I should say. This is actually a random utility device. This isn't a magic trick, and if you are a fan of what I'm about to show you, do check out my other YouTube channel. It's called Ian's EDC. Now, Ian is spelled I-A-N on that one, just to appeal to a larger audience. You know, my spelling is weird. So check out that, and you'll see a load of different gadgets and gizmos that I review and I look into on that channel, which isn't a magic channel, but there are certain crossovers at certain points. Now, this is called the it's called the Key Tool by a company called True Utility. I really like this, and I have it on my keyring anyway, just as a random thing, just to get me out of trouble quite a lot of time. And what this has is a few things. So we've got a small screwdriver, like a tiny flathead screwdriver. Here is a thing just to get kind of gunk out of your nails if you need to. There's a bottle opener, there's a nail file on the top, there's a large screwdriver, flathead, there's medium screwdriver, flathead, they love their flathead screwdrivers. There's also a bit where you can cut cord or string or anything like that, or wire, strip wire with it. And then over here on the very end is a pair of tweezers as well. So just having this little device on your keyring really is just a nice little handy thing. It's similar to a Swiss Army knife. You can take it on the plane, and yeah, I just thought I wanted to share that with you because it is what I carry on me, and that's what's important. So that is the key tool by True Utility. I'll lay that aside. And now we're going to look at this. Now this is a routine that I released with Alakazam, and this is called Keyring. And what it is essentially an impossible object, but actually can be possible. And I'll go into a little bit more detail in a second, but this is what you do. You hand this out to be examined, they try and bend it and they find that they can't, right? It is a solid key. And you hold it cleanly straight back from them at the fingertips, and just like this, you're able to slowly bend that key right around your thumb, causing it to go, hopefully you appreciate the pun, from a key into a key ring, right? Nice. And that is then handed out to be examined. Now, if you want to go into a slightly longer routine, you can take the key ring from here, and then it instantly pops back to a key. Once the metal's warmed up enough, you can do the change in an instant back to a key ring, and then once again stretch it right back into a key like this. Now, you don't have to do that longer routine, right? What I did, and I broke it up on purpose, is I typically will just do this for lay people. I take the key back and I bend it, right? That's what I do, and I hand it out to be examined. I really like this routine, and I feel like it's been lost amongst the ether, mainly because when people first viewed it, they thought that it was going to be a really difficult routine, right? That you had to do a load of sleight of hand, and they looked at the trailer and they thought that's too much for me to do. Well, I can assure you that actually, if you just do that one bend, anyone can do it, right? It's very, very easy to do. And what I said about it being an impossible object, I think is important, because there are routines out on the market that involve keys, and when you hand them the impossible object, the object that now is magically transformed, I feel like we as magicians forget that actually sometimes it looks machine made, right? If you make an impossible object so impossible, I think people do catch on and they just think, well, actually this is just machine made, right? You've just done a switch. The fact that this key can be bent, and physically I suppose it could be if you had crazy strength, but it could be bent, right? You could do it. I feel like that's important, and so you leave them with this crazy bent object that I think really for me is a really nice takeaway item as well. Just a kind of a takeaway point is the fact that actually this could be done, and you are essentially destroying your key for them, right? Yeah, I think it looks beautiful, and this is a really nice random object to wear on your finger if you wanted to. So you could start with it on your finger and then end up straighting it. It's quite a weird conversation piece. Actually quite a comfortable ring, to be honest. But there's something very powerful about this routine. So this is called Keyring. It's by myself, and on the video you get Garrett Thomas teaching ring thing, right? So he doesn't really teach it anywhere else. He's taught it here on this video, and also as we speak, Greg Wilson has it on his keyring all the time, right? He's out there performing it day to day, and that is a massive compliment for me. So I highly recommend you check out Keyring. If you buy it from me, you get free UK shipping. Along with that, I actually will do a free Zoom call with you. If there's any part that you want to go over and you want kind of a little bit of one-to-one tuition, if you buy the product from myself, I will do that. I will easily meet with you online and we can go through it. So do check out that. Last item is a new item for me, and it is called Scotch and Whiskey. That's right. It's by Tom Elderfield and Hanson Chen. I managed to get my hands on this. I think it's sold out pretty much everywhere. I got it on an early bird discount, and hopefully, I'm sure they'll have it there at Blackpool. But this is a nice routine. Now, for years I've been performing Chris Rawlins' effect, Hide a Key. I love the effect. I want to say that, I want to go on record. Chris Rawlins is a genius, he's a lovely man, and he's produced a lovely trick. For me, I feel like now I've actually kind of moved into Scotch and Whiskey, and I perform this more often, and I think there are strengths of Hide a Key over this. I think the fact that it doesn't lock can actually be a good thing. You don't always want it locking. But this routine, Scotch and Whiskey, I think is lovely, and I do prefer it in certain ways because of the copper and silver routines that you can do with it. I loved Freaky. I owned Freaky for years, and eventually it kind of started to tarnish, and it wasn't kind of, I don't know, it's starting to kind of wear away from overuse. And this now allows you to do your Freaky routines with this copper key, and you've got the silver key. And what's lovely about this is that you can actually take the keys and give it a shake, and now one of them has gone. Not the cleanest of performances, but you get the idea. That key can then be examined, and you can then make the other key appear off camera underneath their watch in a random location, whatever you want. It also comes with this key ring that I've been using in today's video, and there are two versions of this that you can buy. So let me have a look. Let me bring this over into the camera, the above camera, and I went for the deluxe edition. Now the deluxe edition is $99 or $100 essentially. I think it is going up to maybe about $150, but you can also get the basic one at about $70, and I'll show you the difference between the two. So this first one is the standard edition, and the standard edition gives you this keyring in the box, along with your gimmicked key and a standard copper key, right? Along with that, you also get a gimmick that allows you to unlock the key. I don't think I'm saying too much here, but what they do is they give you 1/2 of this. Now this isn't the brand that they use, but I've gone out myself and actually brought a complete set because I knew what this kind of accessory was. I thought actually I want to use this more. So I bought myself the KeySmart Mag Connect. I recommended this on Iain's EDC, funny enough, and it's a great item to have to basically put your car key and your house key together, right? But you will need 1/2 of this to unlock the key, right? And I think that on its own looks a bit suspicious. However, this together, just a great item, right? So you'll get one of these, 1/2 of this in the pack. That allows you to unnest and go ahead with that. Now, if you were to buy the deluxe edition, you get a separate box. So you get this deluxe edition, and this gives you basically 2 ungimmicked keys. So you've got a copy of those keys. So you've got an extra ungimmicked copper key, and then you've got a ungimmicked silver key, right? And yeah, that's what you get in that box, along with another key ring. You don't get another keyring accessory, but you do get the key ring there. Would I buy the deluxe edition? Again, I suppose it's handy to have, and I haven't really delved into longer routines because I'm a firm believer that EDC routines need to be quick, right? I think when you look at a lot of the magic that I've created, a lot of it are essentially openers, right? They're just quick 1 or 2 phase routines, and they're conversation pieces. They're a fun thing. They don't take long in terms of concentration. I think that's important when it comes to any kind of magic, really. And so when it comes to Scotch and Whiskey, if you want to do a longer routine, yes, buy the deluxe edition. But for me, I like to just make it disappear and reappear elsewhere. And if you're just doing that, I don't feel like people necessarily want to inspect the keys. I think you could get away with just the standard edition, personally. I think all of these items combined create a great keyring accessory kind of magic EDC kit. The routines together, you've got a mentalism routine with room 66. You've got this lovely little utility key as well that I recommend you going out and buying. You've also then got keyring. Once again, have a look on my website for that. I think it's $29.99, and there's about an hour and 45 minutes of tuition on there as well. Some really easy moves to do, some more difficult, but you can choose as you go. And then also you've got Scotch and whiskey, all held on this lovely little keyring that they give you in the box. That's about it for this week. I hope you enjoy the video, and by all means please like and subscribe to this channel, and please comment below and tell me what I've got wrong. Tell me what tricks I have failed to put on my keyring, and let me know what you think of these items. If you own them, and you know, do you love them, do you hate them? Hopefully you love this, right? Hopefully there's no haters out there, all right, for this. But if you do own a keyring and maybe it's gone to the bottom drawer because you found it too difficult, please message me and we can sort out a group or one-on-one tuition. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.